Welcome to Food Tip Tuesday, everybody. Today we are making matcha tea. Do you know what matcha is? No? Matcha is green tea that's been pounded up and grinded into a fine powder. Do you want to make some? I'm going to talk about it while you make it. You want to open it up and see it? It's very, very pretty green. Should be a very nice green, bright green color. So which mug would you like to use?
Finding Nemo.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and put some water in there. We're going to do about 8 ounces of water. And this particular matcha is a half of a teaspoon for 12 ounces. So that's a big mug. It might actually hold the 12.
How much water do you put in?
Until there's this much space at the top. While Logan is doing that, I just want to give you a quick background on matcha tea. This is something that comes from Japan, and ma actually means rubbed or ground, and cha means tea. Matcha. You can put a little bit more water in there. I don't want to be picky, but it's like a little more. You can put a little bit more water in there. It's going to be very strong matcha. While Logan puts that in the microwave, I'll share a little bit more about matcha. It's actually grown in the shade, which gives it that really high level of chlorophyll, that bright green color. This is known as an antioxidant powerhouse, so all those good things, lowering your blood pressure, reduce your risk of heart disease, boost your metabolism, cancer prevention, lots of good stuff in here. One other thing known about matcha is that it is very, very calming, but yet you have like a mental alertness. There is caffeine in here. Not as much as a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee has like 90 milligrams. This has like 30. So not as much as coffee and not as much as black tea either. Black tea would be like 47 or something like that milligrams of caffeine. So it's gonna give you a nice refreshed feeling. If I were gonna buy matcha, I would never buy one this big. The reason that I have this is because my husband is a gym owner and we used it in our smoothies at the gym. But I would buy something more like this size because this only has about a 2-month shelf life. So you're probably gonna get 50 servings of tea out of this little guy. This one, a ton. So this should go quickly in a large facility, whereas this is more like for household use. Now, if you wanna talk about price, go middle of the road with your matcha, about $20 for an ounce and a half or so. Again, that's gonna last you a very long time. We are using a 1/4 of a teaspoon here in our serving. One thing I don't have that I wish I did here today is a sifter. Matcha tea might have a couple of little clumps in it when you buy it, and you want to make sure you get all those clumps out. So if you have a very fine sifter at home, you can always put that in your mug before you put your matcha in, because you want it to be nice and fine in your glass. Oh, your tea is ready. You want to grab it? Oh, no.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. I'll get it. All right, you're ready to go. So we need a half a teaspoon, so not that big guy, this little guy. Go. Now normally what you would do before you do that, I just want to share, well, that's way too much. That would be very, very bitter, what you see Logan has right there. What you want to do is whisk your matcha really, really great back and forth with a little whisker. That's perfect. Go ahead and put that in there. And I'm going to give you this. You don't want to make a circular motion with your whisker because it won't froth very much. So you want to go back and forth. So back and forth like that. Go ahead, you can do it. Just don't splash yourself. It's hot, okay? Yep, just like that, back and forth until it gets nice and frothy. Normally you would do about 2 ounces of water and all of your matcha and get it super frothy, and then add in your extra water or milk if you want to make it a latte. But let's be honest, are we all really going to do that? We're probably just going to heat up our water, put in our matcha, and whisk it.
Okay, how much longer do I need?
You gotta make it nice and frothy. And the one thing that I really love about matcha is that you can add whatever kind of sweetener or not if you don't need it, but it kind of fills you up. It's a little bit, it has a little bit more of a thickness than regular black tea would. So if you're looking for something to have after dinner, but not high in calorie, this is a great option. You can use honey, maple syrup, I found that coconut sugar is a wonderful flavoring towards into matcha. And also, of course, monk fruit sweetener is my favorite, so I use that too. Yeah.
Bubble.
And if you find that you really, really, really love it, you can add it into smoothies, you can put it in your cookies, and you can even make ice cream with it. Okay, I'm gonna try it for just a second, okay? So I would do it super duper fast and try and get it to be nice and frothy. Do you wanna try this, or do you think it's gonna be too hot still? Here, why don't you try? I think it's gonna be too hot. So it is really hard to do it really fast with this, and if you're really into matcha, I recommend getting a Chasin. You can get them just about anywhere, probably online. A Chasin is a bamboo whisk. That will give it that extra frothiness, because this takes a little bit longer. So we're not gonna have Logan try this today because it's pretty hot. We just pulled it out of the microwave. What I didn't do was boil it, because matcha should never be made with boiling water. You're gonna burn your tea if you do that. It burns the leaves that have been ground up. What they do recommend is boiling your water and leaving it sit for 3 to 4 minutes and then making your tea. Again, I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm gonna put it in the microwave and I'm just gonna drink my tea fairly warm and just not bring it to boiling in the microwave. Logan's gonna try this when it cools down a little bit, but he's had tea before, and what do you think about tea?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, well,
I tried only nighttime tea.
we tried nighttime tea. Well, we'll probably do another segment on nighttime tea. What do you think? Want to do that?
Yeah, but nighttime tea, it did taste like water.
Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. We hope you like your matcha as much as we do. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
And also, you don't even taste the mint.
Okay. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Something else about matcha, it is grown in the shade, which actually gives it that super high levels of chlorophyll.
And I know you noticed that I have no chair right now because I'm still up. Because it's easier to get off and...
I would not lick that.
Why?